Hey guys, Korth Camel ADV. I just wanted to do a quick video tonight to kind of show you what we're doing with the Ducati Desert X. I've had it since August, maybe September. I've been working on things. We moved shops and things were a little bit slower. We are definitely not where we wanted to be as far as production. On this bike, we were hoping to have all of these parts out a month or two ago. Things are just taking a little longer than planned, but things are coming along nicely now that we do have some momentum going. So one of the first projects or products out here is going to be the skid plate. We're very close with it. This one is a generation or two behind, so not everything you see here is the current version of it. And there's going to be two different versions. The OEM crash bars have a crossover bar up top here. So these are Hepco Becker. They're pretty stout. I'm actually pretty impressed with them. They come down quite a bit lower. So the skid plate that we had originally made wouldn't work with these Hepco Becker bars. So we're gonna end up having a version of the skid plates a little bit lower to run crash bars that are down here with their crossover bar. And then another one that's a little bit taller. It's about here for other crash bars that come across. Really stout piece, 3/16 aluminum, really heavy duty brackets. We did a BDR trip with this in October and then just got back from Death Valley, beat the hell out of it. Things turned out really well. Quite happy with it. Like I said, a few changes between this and the production version though. And we also have the high fender kit. Again, it's been on the bike for several months. We've been testing it. Like to run things a lot before we bring them to market just to make sure there's no surprises. And I've been really happy with the way this has turned out. We have panniers, both soft plate style panniers for rackless luggage, which ironically are racks, but is what it is. And then some tubular pannier racks as well for a more traditional style. We've got a GPS mount coming that'll mount things above the instrument cluster here. That's pretty close to being done. And then immediately we have an axle wrench. So this guy is a 36 12 point. Not very common to have that size in your toolbox. When I got this bike, I went to do the tire change on the back and I had to go to auto parts store to get this big honking socket, the 36 12 point, and it was a 3/4 inch drive. So then I was getting adapters from 3/4 to half, and then had a 1/2 inch breaker bar, which is like 2 feet long, and I still had to put a bar on it to get that nut off. It was incredibly tight. So if you just got your Desert X and you're going out on a ride, you probably want to buy that stuff ahead of time and break that rear axle wheel loose, or that axle nut loose, because you will never get it off on the trail unless you're carrying a 4-foot breaker bar. Some of these bikes are just incredibly tight. We made this wrench. It's 3/16 stainless steel, powder coated, etched. So it's got a 36 12 point on the back for that axle. And then it's got a 36 point for the front axle. And because these guys can be tight, you want to make sure that you can get enough torque on them. We've got 2 square drives here so that you can add a ratchet for some extra leverage if you do need to crack that guy loose and it's tighter than you had imagined. So that strong enough to get the job done, but light enough and small enough to carry in your pack with the rest of your tools. So this is the chain tension spec here for the bike at the end of the plastic guide, which is right here. Ducati is asking for 47 to 48 millimeters of slack in here. So you just take your wrench here, and we've got flat spots on here, and this is 48 millimeters across here. So you're just gonna take that, slide it up against the plastic bumper, up to the swing arm, and you can accurately check the slack in your chain. You can see mine's a little bit loose here. Probably have 5 or 6 mil more than I really need. Rear axle, front axle, chain tension gauge here. If you are one of the lucky, I don't know, first 100 or 150 people who order, your the tag is going to be wrong. It's going to say 32 mil 6-point. It's actually 30. Just a typo on the tags, and didn't realize till we got them in. So you know that it fits the Desert X, so don't worry about the 30 to 32. So these are on the website now. You can check them out. We will have more updates on our Desert X parts as they become available. Thanks for watching.